Hello, welcome to the channel. My name is LynzloByChoice. I play in The Sims 4 and we are creating a vacation home for at least a family of 4. I actually decided to build this in Oasis Springs, which is one of the base game worlds that we got with The Sims 4. And I don't know how, but I didn't realize I wasn't recording the beginning until later. So this is me just putting the exterior together. We end up coming up with a L-shaped home, and we end up using a little bit of modern windows and a really nice structure. I did make this all on one big platform, and that's because I don't necessarily want to raise the home up. I just like the idea of using platforms. It's a little less aggressive in my opinion. But that is the gist of the home. I end up adding a lot of great things in it, and I'm excited to kind of tell you what my thought process was. If you want to download this, it's already up on the gallery. My gallery name is LynzloByChoice. If you've been here for a while, you know I love drawing inspiration for my builds from actual houses and things, and I haven't did a vacation home, and I wanted to do one because it's summer where I am right now, and you know, typically that's where people have their vacations. You know, they're like summer vacation and it's in the title. So we needed to create a home for it, and I wanted to do this kind of home because it's not necessarily a home that I would think would be a vacation home, but it does have a really nice deck area and it just looks like very serene to me. There's not a gaming table in there or anything, but we have this nice pool and it's very relaxing, and it's just like a small home away from home, and that's where I was getting to. Now, I did start to create like a little gazebo thing, but my thoughts weren't all the way out there yet, so I don't end up doing it now, but I do end up working on the structure of it a little bit later in the video. So until then, I tend to use this time to map out the layout of the entire home. So I go inside, you know, put in some filler shelves, and I end up going with the shelves that we got from Jungle Adventure game pack. And although I don't play in the world that much, I do like the items that we got with it, the build buy items. I would definitely be open to doing like a small series or like a 2-part video of us playing in the Jungle Adventure game pack world and things like that. So let me know if that's something that you'd be interested in. But as soon as you walk in for this layout of the home, you walk into the living room area, and to your right you get the kitchen, and then there's a hallway that you can go down to the rooms and also the bathroom, and then there's another hallway from the garage that you can go into the mudroom and the laundry room. So I actually love the idea that I did that bathroom with 2 parts. So the sink is in a separate room than the shower and toilet. And one thing I did differently in this build is actually putting the flooring throughout the entire thing and then putting in some wallpaper, and that is a way for me to realize whether or not it's a bedroom or something different. And I think I'm starting to develop a new designing style, because before I would just go in and put in like beds and things like that, and I still kind of do that, but I have been starting to kind of create the home a little bit more so that it can be uploaded on the gallery unfurnished. If that's something that you'd like me to do, like uploading unfurnished versions of my builds, please let me know, and I can definitely start to design a little bit like that. But the laundry room is now done, and we are working on the kitchen, and I love the idea of having a range hood, so I think that's what that's called. So I end up adding that. And then I wanted to use some fun wallpaper, but I do end up toning it down to have a peak of blue, and it's a little bit washed out, but I still think it works. I feel like every kitchen deserves to have open shelving, and so whenever I'm able to add that, I'm going to. I add a little bit of decorations around it, but I feel like this is a family that would love to utilize all the counter space, so they do a lot of group cooking, and in order for you to do group cooking in The Sims 4, you have to have shelving space, and so I needed to allow them to have that. I add a pizza oven and a microwave as the appliances for this, but I do try to keep the counter space empty so that we can have our Sims create a lot of meals together as a family. I think I spent way too much time on the kitchen than I'd like to admit, but it was a learning process because this was a fairly large kitchen than what I typically do. But I do want to do more elaborate kitchen designs, similar to the kitchens that you see in the Dream Home Decorator trailer. Like, I want that. So we are finishing up the kitchen, and then we get to work on my favorite part in building, and that is always going to be the bedrooms. We are working on the child bedroom first, and there's only one child that stays in this bedroom on vacation, and I did want to use pink at first, but I do end up opting for purple, as you can see, and it's like more of like a princess thing in the beginning, but then I just am like, they just love the color purple. And that's what we end up going for. So it's purple and white, and it's light and very pastel like. I love those paintings that we got from, I think, one of the kits actually. And although I'm not a big fan of kits, I do like that one. And I think those things really make it easier for me to create kid-friendly rooms. So I guess that kit isn't too bad. So I end up adding a mirror. I add like that little tablet thing, and I actually love that. I want to use that, but the thought of me using my iPad as a computer makes me like not want to do that at all, because I actually have a computer and then I have a laptop, so it's like, why do I need that? But for this case, I think it works. I add a very small TV and then some more childlike things, you know, the little doctor set and some toys, and then I add a rug. I feel like no room is really complete without a rug, so that is the finishing touch for the child's room, and then I work on the teen's room. And I think they're heavily inspired by horse ranches, and maybe they do a lot of awards, and that's why they come on vacation, so that they continue to do that, and so they leave most of their awards and things like that here. I think the key to my building is always thinking about decorations, but also activities. I want my Sims to be able to do a lot of stuff, because whenever I'm playing, I don't play that much, but whenever I am playing, I do stay on the home lot a lot. So having a lot of activities on the home lot makes sense to me. So I end up adding a TV, a desk, and another computer. And I actually like the idea that I didn't put a lot of things around the computer, because they're not supposed to be a streamer. And I didn't want it to be like they come to a vacation home and then they spend so much time at their computer. So I think they just have this computer there so that they can stay updated on like horse competitions and news and things like that. And so when they're competing, they take notes, and that's why I added that book there. And it just needed to make sense for me, and it didn't make sense that there was a lot of, you know, things next to the computer, because they're not that tech savvy, but they do like to have fun on vacation. And so I add, you know, the TV with the game thing, and then some more decorations and a rug, because like I said, a bedroom for me is not complete without a rug. And then I needed to fill in the space above the headboard of that bed. And then we're able to start working on the decorations for the bathroom. I already added the essentials, but I definitely needed to add some decorations. I love the idea of separating the sink and, you know, the shower and tub. So we are finally moving into the parents' room, and I love this because like the windows, the natural light, it's just so beautiful. And I kind of feel like this is what a vacation home would look like for me. And I always put myself in the shoes of the parents that live here, and I would love to have this bedroom and bathroom combination. So as soon as you walk in here, you have the bed to your right, and then there is a little dresser area, and we have some hanging clothes. I end up going for like a little bit dressier, because I feel like they're the family to go out to like really nice restaurants. They go to like museums, or they're like a famous family or something similar to it, to the point where like on vacation they still have to dress up, they still have to go to different events. So it's not necessarily like a vacation, but it is to them because it's their additional home. And that's what I was going for, but I do end up adding a chair in here. I end up going for a darker color scheme with the bed, and then also like with a lot of the wood tones. I did want to do something a little bit different with this wall, or else it would have been plain. So I end up using some of the wall decals that we got from Eco Lifestyle, and then putting some shelves up there, and then putting a mirror right in the middle. Now, is this the most unique? Probably not, but I've never done it before, and I feel like it would be really cool. If you want to take it a step further, all you have to do when you download it is just like add something on the shelves, and then maybe you have some more storage. But it is pretty high, so I didn't do that because I don't think it would have been realistic, especially with like the family that I thought would be there. So I didn't do it, but you can definitely do it. And now we're working on the bathroom, and in this bathroom I end up doing a walk-in shower, and it actually has 2 shower heads, and I end up using these sinks, and I think this is a sink that we got from Spa Day. And then I put some soaps around, and then I have 2 different toothbrush types, and I love this mirror that has the light around it. I wish they had more sizes for it because it's just so nice. So it's around the time that I realized that I wanted to do a skylight feature, and if you want like a tutorial on doing this feature, I'm pretty sure there are some videos floating around, but if you want a tutorial from me, please let me know. It's very, very easy once you like realize how roofing works, but I enjoy doing it, so please let me know if that's something that you'd want to do. But I add those skylights on the entryways from the pool. And so I end up doing this pool feature, and I love the way that this turns out. So you step out, and then there is a platform lower, and then you can get into the pool. And then I end up doing like a little gazebo feature here, and you can see like in the beginning I actually started doing it, but then I couldn't really visualize it, so it took some time, and then I realized that I actually did want to use it, and I wanted to use a pretty fun and vibrant color on the outside, but I realized that it was just way too much, so I ended up doing it just around that pool trim. And then I add some lights, really make it seem like, you know, when you're out there and enjoying the pool at your vacation home, that you can see, because it's essential. And it was around this time that I add some decorations. I really tried to make it seem like this is a place where you can lounge. I actually wanted to create a family so that I could see it. I wanted to add some decorations, but I also wanted to add some activities. So I ended up adding the planter boxes, and I wanted to add a grill because I felt like, you know, we needed to be able to cook outside. It's such a beautiful patio, and it looks like I didn't have enough space. So I just wanted to add a few more things there, and then I come back to the front and add some landscaping in the front too, so it kind of matched what we were seeing in the back. I waited my absolute longest until I was able to start doing what I dreaded, and that is that entryway between the two bedrooms that we have here. I don't know what I wanted this to be. I couldn't really figure it out, but then I realized that, you know, sometimes they have those signs at public pools stating that you need to take a shower before you get in the pool. And I realized that I could just add another thing here. And so that's what I do. I add the sink on the outside, and then I close off the back part of it, and I add a shower and a toilet, and then I have a little seating area, add some paper towels and everything, and now it's just like a small little seating area, and it's also a place where you can get ready to get in the pool. I needed some decorations, I needed something to kind of liven it up, and so I ended up adding those back wall decals that we got from Eco Lifestyle. And to make matters like a little bit more intricate, I did want to use the siding from the outside, but I do end up adding like some tiles on the other walls. I felt like keeping the siding the same really brought the outside in, and I wanted it to be an extension from the outside. I didn't want it to be an extension of the house as a whole. I wanted them walking into that hallway to feel like, oh, we can go outside now. And it's kind of to section off between the owner's suite and the rest of the house. But now you can see I started placing in the living room, and this is kind of like the second to last room. I know I end up doing like a little mud room area too, but I love this. The colors in here are a little bit lighter, so we see blue, yellow, white, cream, and I actually love this. I love that fireplace, and I actually never really use it that much, but I wanted to use it in this one because it doesn't make a lot of sense to have a fireplace here, but I wanted to add one, and so I had to go with the smallest option, and that's what I ended up going with. I ended up using the end table with the flowers on it and then placing a TV on that, and I love that bookshelf / storage area, and that's something that we got from Eco Lifestyle, and I just say it in every one of my speed builds. I love Eco Lifestyle. I love Eco Lifestyle. I love it. And it's evident here too. I just can't help but use it in everything I make. And another goal of mine was to start using different kinds of lighting. And I tried here, but then I ended up going for ceiling lighting. And it's not bad necessarily, but it just looked very dark in there, and I needed to brighten it up. So I go into the garage and I add some storage things in there, and then we start working on the mudroom. So we are finally wrapping up this build. If you enjoyed this video and the build as a whole, feel free to download it off the gallery. You can also like this video and subscribe to the channel, and even click the notification bell so you can be notified whenever more videos like this get posted. I do speed builds, gameplay builds, commentary, all that kind of thing. So if you're into that with all things involving The Sims 4, please feel free to stick around the channel a bit. And finally, I just want to say thanks for watching. I can't wait to see you in the next video, and I hope you enjoy these screenshots. Bye.